Hello everyone, welcome to the Universal Classroom. In this video, we are going to learn about the two functions. First one is if function and second one is AND function. So where we are going to use it? For example, we are taking a data of students that appeared for exam and we have marks of the 5 subjects of each student. Now if we want to find if any student is qualified or not qualified. So in that case, there we have two options. First one is if function and second one is AND function. The basic difference in if and AND function is that we can only define one logic in if function, but we can define multiple logics in AND function. First we will start with the if function. Let's suppose we want to find if the student A or any specific student has qualified in the exams on the basis of total obtained marks, and we have set a criteria of minimum 200 marks will be set as passing. As every function starts in Excel with equal to sign, we'll type equal to, then if, and use tab button, tab key, or you can also find this in formula tab, and in logical section you can find the if function. Now the first argument we have to give is logical test. We have to set a logic that if x is equal to or greater than or smaller than or equal to y. To make it easily understand, we will open the argument here. Now first one is logical test. What we want to do, we want to see if the total marks obtained are greater than 200. So we will select the total marks obtained. Now we will define that the obtained marks must be greater than or equal to the passing marks, or we can just type it here as 200. Both things will work, so we will use this. And if we are using any cell reference, then we will make it absolute, because we are going to copy and paste this formula in the these section. So to make it absolute reference, press F4. What we want to show, if obtained marks are greater than 200, and 200 is our criteria set for the qualify status. So we will type it as, if it is true, then show it as qualify, and if it's false, then show it as not qualified, and click OK. So here it is. Now if we will drag it down or double click that dot, it will automatically calculate all of them. Now we will move to our second thing, that is AND function. There are two ways to do this. Let's make it type 1. We have to start AND function type also with if. We will use is equal to if, and then inside it we will use AND function to create more logics. We will type AND, and then we will open the function argument. Keep it simple, as I have already told that in AND function we can use multiple logics. So our first logic is if subject 1 marks are greater than or equal to 40, that is our subject level passing marks criteria. So we will click here, and then we will set that this must be is equal to or greater than 40. The same thing here we can do. We can just type 40, or we can make it absolute cell reference like this, and press F4 to make it absolute. Now our second logic is marks of subject 2 must be greater than or equal to 40. Third logic, marks of subject 3 must be equal to or greater than 40. Now our fourth logic, fourth subject greater than equal to 40, and fifth logic greater than equal to 40. See, it's showing the values here, like first one is true, this is above 40. Second one is true, above 40. Subject 3, 38 marks, below 40. So it's showing false. And now we will click OK. Go to if in the formula bar and click on the function argument. Now we have set a function of AND inside the if function. So what we want to show, value if true. What we want to mention, qualify. And if it's not true, then it's not qualified. And we will click OK. So it's not qualified. Drag it down, copy paste, and see. All of the marks are above 40. So this student is qualifying. And student D, he or she got 39 marks that are below 40. That's why it's non-qualified. The other way to do is to make it shorter, like we are typing multiple things again and again in AND function. To make it simple and clear, we will use the second type. We will start it with equal to if tab. There are two options again. If we only want to see subject level marks only, then we can only use if function also. Then we will open the function argument. We will use minimum, maximum. We are functions we have already used in our previous videos. So let's just enter minimum, start the bracket, and now minimum function is open. If you will click on it, the function argument will open it for minimum. So number 1, number 2, or we just simply want a range. We'll select the range, all the subjects, and click OK. Go to if and open the function argument. See, we have defined that in all the 5 subjects, the minimum value we are finding. Okay, now we have to set the logic here. That minimum value must be greater than or equal to 40. And if the value is true, we will mention it as qualify, and if not, if it's false, then not qualified. And we will click OK. So in this case, this if formula with minimum function logic, it can also work. But for example, like we are analyzing the sales data, and in that data we want to see that if a specific person A has achieved their weekly targets and monthly target too. Like there can be an option that someone has achieved their target in first week but not achieved the target in second week, and overachieved it in third week and fourth week. So all over on monthly basis the person has achieved the target, but what if he has not achieved the weekly target? So we will use if and AND function both with minimum formula use. So it will be, let's just delete it. Here we will type is equal to if tab. We will start AND logic. So our first logic is, let's just open the function argument. our first logic is minimum of all the subject must be greater than or equal to 40, and our second logic is cell K2. So there's a point to note that if we are entering any word value, that value in words, like here we are mentioning qualify, we want to match qualify according to this logic, then we have to double quote it, FY, and double quote. So we will click OK. Now this pop-up is coming because we have used if function above that and function. So we will click on if function, then open function argument. So we have already set our logic here. Now if it's true, then we have to show qualify, and if it's not true or false, then we will show it as non-qualified, and we will click OK. So there you have it. We have learned about two functions in action, if and end function, how to use them and what's the difference between them. I hope you find the video helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share, and thanks for watching.